Okay, so, hi, hello, welcome back to another Reading Bad Two-Sentence Horror Stories. It's been a while since I've done one of these videos, so, I feel like it's time to do another one. So, if you guys are new to my Reading Bad Two-Sentence Horror Stories, I read horror stories until either I feel like I had enough, or, I just ran out of new ones. So, outside of that, let's get into it. Let me put some music on first, because this is a one take, by the way, but before we do get into the video, please consider using code GOONS at gamersubs.gg. You get 10% off at checkout. Alright, let's get into the video. So, bad two-sentence horror stories. My relief faded to fear as my cancer-stricken father told me he canceled his operation. I've been doing a lot of my own research lately, he told me. We decided not to rescue all the miners from the collapsed mine. Since the media was there, we decided to leave the miners inside. And miners are M-I-N-O-R-S. We learned Morse code in class last semester. As we sat across each other on the dinner table, my ex-army father caught my eye blinking out the message. Someone else is in the house. When we were younger, my brother used to joke that BB stood up for backup baby. When he needed a new liver, I learned it wasn't a joke. Huh? Okay, I didn't understand that one. Moving on. Just pull it, I told my toddler, getting impatient. I readjusted the gun against my temple, knowing I was too much of a coward to do it myself. Okay, that one... okay, that one's just sad. That one's not... That was just sad. Moving on. Do you want to share any good makeup tips? Asked one of the judges to the winner of the pageant. If it is purple, use a yellow tinted product, and if it's healing and looked yellowish, use a peach tone product, the little girl replied. Oh shit, okay. That one's layered. That one's layered. I feel like that one's actually layered. Oh shit, okay, hold on. So, if you guys don't know, beauty pageants, and especially trying to force a young girl to go to a beauty pageant, is first off, it's kind of fucking weird. Second of all, when you do get hurt, or like, if you do get beat, sometimes your injuries are purple and or yellow. Like, yellowish. And the fact that the little girl replied that's so fucked. That's fucked. Okay, well, moving on. You can choose how many needles I'll insert into the soles of your kid's feet, I said to the father. The rest will go into the soles of your adopted kid's feet, I added as I put down the box with 200 sewing needles. Okay, some things just don't really make sense, but okay, moving on. As an atheist, I watched as all hell broke loose. 10 seconds before, a voice told everyone that our own religion was the one true religion, and we had to defend it. Okay, so this one is kind of like the things that I've seen on, like, what would you do if you have, like, a certain power? Like, you'll ask, like, a genie for, like, a wish. And it's always just, like, I want to tell the world that our religion is the true one, you know? Like, I always see that stuff, and I personally don't understand it, because I'm an atheist, just like the Post. But, you know, more power to them, I guess. I don't know. Moving on. For sale. Crucifix. Never worn. Never worn. Banger. Moving on. I was taught that a good hunter uses every part of the deer, out of respect for the life that was taken. My dad always used to say, "It's okay if you spook a buck, and he leaps away, because those parts are more fun anyway." Or does parts are more fun anyway? Okay, that one sucks. I don't know. Moving on. Cooper was such a well-behaved dog that I never thought twice about letting him near the baby. Then I saw blood on the carpet and heard a squeaking scream. He took a bite out of Cooper's neck. Damn you, baby! I don't know. I understand, like, kids are really rough with animals, and, like, I know it's not the kid's fault because they really don't know what the fuck they're doing. But, like, I've seen videos of, like animals tolerating that stuff. I'm like, dude, more power to the cats. Like, the cats and the dogs. Especially little cats, dude. They got little, like, the little murder mittens, and just, like, claw the fucking baby's eye out, make him, like, look like Snake from Metal Gear. I don't know. Alright, moving on. I've gotten used to sneaking the slow-acting poison into the food I serve customers. I do hope everyone who's nice to me has been eating the bonus cookies I give them that has the antidote. Huh, okay. That could be a cool plot to, like, actually kind of like a little short movie. I like it. Moving on. The man in the attic horrifies me, sitting in the furthest corner, leering and never blinking. I can't do anything about him, or else the homeowners will know I am up here too. Okay, that wasn't a bad 2 sentence horror stories. That was not a bad one. That was not a bad one. I like that one. I don't know. Sometimes they get the idea of being bad wrong. That's actually good though. I like that twist at the end. Moving on. Her husband begged that they could just bring their son to the hospital. His wife ignored him and asked the preacher to perform the 12th exorcism on the hydrophobic, aggressive son. Okay, I'm assuming that the kid had rabies. That's why, but I don't know. Rabies is such a scary fucking thing to get. Like, I've seen videos of people who, like, were suffering from rabies, and, you know, once you get rabies, you're dead. Pretty much your body just, like, says no to water. It's so unbelievably fucking scary. And that's the real horror story here. Moving on. I rushed upstairs to the baby's room the moment I saw the intruder on the monitor. But it wasn't until I entered the freezing cold room with its gaping window and empty crib, that I remembered the camera had a 5-second delay. Damn, so the baby got baby napped. Fuck, that sucks. Moving on. I was excited to see my friend finally take his mental health seriously and start taking medication. Each pill... Sorry about that. I actually clicked away for a second. Real professional over here at Janky Johnson LLC. My bad. Hold on. Okay. Let's do this again from the top. I was excited to see my friend finally take his mental health seriously and start taking his medication. Each pill he took dissolved my body and frayed my mind, but we both knew imaginary friends aren't supposed to last this long. Okay, honestly, that could be a good plot too. Wait, no, actually, now thinking about it, that's just the plot to, like, Bunny Girl Senpai, except, like, Mai actually comes back at the end, or at the end of the arc. I think it's already been done, but hey, do it again, I guess. Moving on. It's been a month since you decided you want an abortion. What's taking you so long? The restaurant pays according to weight. I'm waiting until the legal limit, her sister casually replied. What? Huh, okay. Moving on. I blink once, and my little girl is 3. Again, she's 6. And yet again, she's 12. I blink once, and there's a strange woman leaning over me with a sad smile, asking, Daddy, did you remember who I am? That one's sad. I think that one's high-key fucking sad. Man, that one kind of got me all sorts of fucked up. Okay, moving on. Grandma, what big teeth you have, I said, as I saw her grinning in the pale moonlight. All the better to eat you with, she growled, proudly, as we devoured the torn corpse of my first kill, a girl in a red hoodie. Hopefully y'all enjoy my dark imagination of my twisted mind of Little Red Riding Hood. Okay, moving on. Tonight is my wife and I's 13th anniversary. I can't wait for our dinner date. But when I told this to my friend, all I got was a sympathetic smile and a little cup full of pills. Oh, so his wife is like his imagination. Dude, that's a sad thing. I don't know what it was. I remember reading something. I think it was like a true story or something like that. But this guy was in a coma, right? He lived out his full life. Like, you know, he had a wife and kids and stuff like that. But there was like one lamp inside his house. Just like a lamp that just looked out of place, right? And he decided, hey, you know what? I'm going to go up there and check out what's wrong with the lamp. And when he did, he woke up from his coma. And that's like, I would feel devastated, dude. Because I think he was in a coma for like, what, 2 or 3, 4 or 5 years, something like that. And I don't know if it's true, but I think it's also, could be fiction, but it seems like true. It could be true. I mean, well, who knows. But it's just like, dude, just imagine that. Like, I had dreams, right, where, like, I lived my life. I have, like, you know, a family and kids and shit like that. And I wake up, and I look around, and I'm like, damn, that felt so surreal. And now, like, and now I'm just here by myself. It's sad. I don't know why the brain does that stuff to you. But, yeah, I don't know. I just want to talk about that. But, yeah, moving on. By the will of the Lord, I devoted my life to help impoverished people who have no money to treat their illness. I threw away donated painkillers, as the act of not accepting their pain would close the gates to heaven for them. Huh, that's unique. Moving on. Here is my invention for you, Your Highness, I said proudly, showing the torture method he requested. Excellent, prepare him to be the first, was the reply as the guards seized me. A fire lit under the Grand Bull. Damn, that's that's a skill issue. Moving on. The kids loved their daddy when he was nice to them, and so they applied superglue on his lips while he slept. Now daddy will never drink and will never be mean to us, said the older kid to his sister. Okay, like the other ones I mentioned, this one is just sad. Thankfully, I never grew up in this type of household and this type of environment, but I know this one could seem really true to certain people, and it's just a bad time. But yeah, moving on. As I lay there paralyzed, feeling everything they did to me, I wonder why the anesthesia had failed. But as they finished up, I felt my memories begin to slip away, and I realized the anesthesia had worked perfectly. Okay, I don't know if that one's kind of like a play on anything, but yeah, moving on. Don't talk to me ever again, I shouted to my former best friend, walking in on her in bed underneath my boyfriend. It was only after I got back to my house that I realized that despite all my shouting, she never opened her eyes. What the... Okay, this is like one of those bad 2 cents of source stories. Is like, what the fuck, dude? We're moving on. I thought it would be a funny prank to inject my sister, who was afraid of needles, with one of her syringes. I'm not sure why everyone's so scared. There wasn't even anything in it. Okay. Um, he may not think there's something that there isn't anything in it, and there probably is. I'm assuming his sister is diabetic, probably, or something like that, or some sort of illness that they have to self-medicate for. That one's is kind of fucked up, but it also could be the fact that it was an empty needle and they injected into him. I don't know how needles necessarily work because I am the stupid, but it could be a play on words for like injecting air into the bloodstream. You know, who knows? But we're moving on. I opened my door to my wife. I opened the door. My wife reminded me to get our nice to get as I opened the door, my wife reminded me to get nice to our daughter's new boyfriend. The first thing I saw was a triumphant smirk on his face of the son whose existence I had concealed from my family for 19 years. Wait. So you're telling me that he knew that he had a son, and now his son is dating his daughter. So not only that is Alabama type beat, that is also weird. And also the guy fucking lied. He was like, "Oh, my daughter is my only one, my only offspring." It was weird. Moving on. For the next autopsy, we have a woman in her late 30s reported to be a hypochondriac and opiate addict. One of the students sobbed and ran out of the room, and we grimly uncovered a 10th organ ravaged by scar tissue. I don't know. I'm confused about that one. We're moving on. My husband was mortified when he saw me drowning my third newborn in the river. As I watched him hold back his rage, a smile crossed my grieving face because he remembered his promise to me at our wedding. Question me, and I'll leave him for good. Postpartum depression is real, I guess? I don't know. We're gonna move on from this. I smile knowingly as my date and I both take a sip of wine. It is only as I wake up to find myself chained in a dark basement that I realized she must have switched our glasses. Oh, okay, I understand this one. He spiked her drink, and then she did the, yeah, no, Uno reversed it. He took it, and now he's in a basement. Get fucked. We're moving on. Never having tasted anything so delicious, I commented enthusiastically about the succulent dish of venison I was served. But my mouth went dry when the chef told me that the meat was easy to harvest, as the drooling buck had wobbled right up to him in the forest. Huh? Okay, moving on. My daughter cut me off years ago, and when I refused to tell her about her father. So I was surprised to get the email inviting me to her wedding. Maybe I should have gone to warn her about her groom, but that was probably my ex's plan all along. I can't let him find me again. Wait, what? Wait, so your ex is... Huh? Okay, I'm moving on. You must take a leap of faith to prove your devotion to the Supreme Lord. Don't worry, we'll all be saved by him the moment you push the stool away. Let's go. Hang up. Let's go. Moving on. I'm sorry, but I don't believe it is necessary to increase your dosage of antipsychotics, said the doctor as he handed me the prescription. Don't panic, but I can see it too. He written on the bottom of the paper. Okay. First off, sorry for me. I just could not read that one for the life of me. And second of all, that's actually kind of cool. I like that idea. How like the doctor can also see your problems even more than normal. That's pretty cool. Moving on. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Kind stranger, I said as I slowly ripped out his dental implant. Ugh. Moving on. I smiled as the top of the hill was finally in sight, knowing I had made it. But as my muscles gave in and the boulder started rolling down, I suspected that this was going to take longer than I thought. The good old, what was the guy name? Like, Syphilis, I think? The guy who pushes up the boulder, up the hill. I actually mentioned that guy yesterday on my stream because I was talking about how everything I felt like I do doesn't work out for me. But that's a topic for another time. Moving on. No one is coming to help you, because only a being with pure intentions can cross the holy barrier around this place, the priest said to the captured succubus. Do saving your best friend count as pure intention? Asked the succubus, as she sensed her pet hellhound getting closer. Okay, moving on. When I blew off a guy's advances at the club, I didn't think much of it, and just kept having a good time. This is until I noticed him at the next place we went to, blankly staring at me from a balcony, and holding an untouched drink. Good old stalkers. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. Moving on. My mother always told me that medicine was Satan's way of entering your body, and that every ailment could be healed with prayer. Bedridden, I hear her pray over me and wonder if hell is worse than the feeling of maggots eating away at the rotten flesh of once was a treatable, infected wound. Dude, that is like the scariest fucking thing to ever have. Just imagine there's just something else living inside your body. Like, just a little bug just eating you on the inside out. That is my biggest fucking fear. That and probably like losing a limb. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm not that scared of that many things in the world. Like, you know, just like the fact that like you can feel it just like squirming around, just biting, like taking your flesh. Just, ugh. Okay, well, moving on. My girlfriend looked anxious as I took her shirt off the wire hanger. So I tried to distract her with a smile and said, "Your boobs are bigger." But as she took off her pants and I unwound the hanger, I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. If I don't get this right, her dad will disown her and beat me to death. Wait, what? Wait, wait, wait. I'm confused about that. I, I'm like rereading it. She took off her pants and he unwound the hanger. I couldn't stop my hands from shaking. If I don't get this right, her dad will disown her and beat me to death. But why though? Like you're gonna fuck. Hold on, let me look at that. Okay. It's for abortion. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm too pure for this world. I didn't even connect the two fucking dots. Okay. I don't know why. I thought it was like kind of worse, but I mean it's still worse. It's still pretty bad, but I thought it was kind of worse. But okay. Moving on. I had wanted her for years. So when the stranger offered me to modify her neural chip so she would never love anyone but me, I immediately agreed. Years later, when I walked in on her drowning our third child in a bath, I realized the others hadn't been accidents either. Is this one linked to the other one from the river? I don't know why, just, I have a feeling. Okay, well, we're moving on. I can't believe my good Mormon daughter is actually a lying whore who got pregnant and won't admit her brother is the father. I should have believed her when she said that there was no father. Staring at the midwife pressed against the wall in white as a sheet, the enormous pool of blood, and the tiny black talons squirming out of my screaming daughter's birth canal. Oh, what? What? So she gave birth to Satan. Is that what I'm picking up? Okay, well, moving on. The new teacher was delighted to finally be shaping the minds of today's youth. Her favorite shape was a triangle. Heavy hitter. Moving on. So your body count is 7, lovers or victims? I jokingly asked my Tinder date as we enter his apartment. Both, he replied. Heavy hitter. Moving on. Today was the start of our health unit, and I began the lessons by teaching the students on how to find each other's radial pulse. There's always more than a few kids who have trouble finding the sweet spot, so I wasn't surprised when I had to help. But I can't find Susan's pulse either. I had that before. Like, I don't know. Like, when they told you how to find your pulse and stuff like that, sometimes, I don't really feel it either. So, I don't know. Maybe you gotta press harder, I guess. Moving on. All my life, I had been a good Christian, hoping to get into heaven. So I assume you can imagine my horror when I awoke to find myself in front of Satan, who asked me, "So, how's your first torture session?" Damn, heavy hitter. Moving on. The man grew very fond of the new face that grew on his hand. It was the day that the face went away, and he realized he didn't have a right hand anymore. He didn't have a right hand man anymore. Okay, that's a cool pun. I don't know why. Part of me thought it was going like the JJK route, like the Jujutsu Kaisen route. I don't know. Moving on. I sigh as I cast the tie-breaking vote for us to resort to cannibalism in order to survive. Later that night, I cried as everyone told me how tender and delicious my daughter was. Okay, moving on. The sales seminar drastically improved my job performance, and it even gave me the confidence to finally ask out the cute girl in my office. When driving her home after our date, I kept reminding myself, every no is one step closer to a yes. Okay. Don't live that mentality. If a girl says no, they just aren't into you. Just stop bugging her, please. Moving on. This trip marks the beginning of the modeling career I always dreamed of, I thought. As I entered the bus, I saw other girls my age or younger, all bruised and modestly dressed, and some whom I recognized from missing posters. Jesus Christ, okay, that one's just fucked. So, I don't know, I was in criminal justice for 2 years, and my teacher, bless his soul, he's such an amazing fucking person, he showed us a thing, because he was a retired cop, and he's really big against, human trafficking and stuff like that. He showed us a thing about the Super Bowl, and it showed that girls were, it was like a anti-trafficking ad, that's what it was, and it showed girls being trafficked near the Super Bowl, but it showed, girls to show, the big box trucks aren't what you think what they think, girls are being trafficked every single fucking day, girls are being kidnapped every single fucking day, and not just girls, guys are also getting kidnapped every single fucking day, and we need to bring more light to it, and I thought that ad was really powerful, and I really thank him for showing me that, so, thank you, teacher. I'm not going to dox your name, but, thank you. Moving on. My young nephew ran frantically into the farmhouse, distraught that he couldn't find his daddy, who he said he was with him just a few minutes ago. When I asked him where the last place he saw his dad was, he pointed to his grain silo. and my heart immediately sank. Yeah, you don't want to mess with those fucking silos. Like, honestly. Like, I seen, like, people, like, I heard stories of people actually dying from those. Like, you get stuck, like, in there and, like, it's just a bad fucking time. I know that this story is fake, just the fact that it also is based in reality makes it more scarier. But, yeah, we're moving on. Upon landing in Singapore, I was randomly selected for a luggage search. My jaw dropped as the security found a bunch of edibles in a plastic bag, scribbled with my roommate's handwriting. Revenge is elaborate. Karma. Tom. Damn. He didn't got I'm assuming in Singapore, edibles are just a no-no, so he's probably gonna go away for a while. But we are moving on. It'll be late because they had to remove an old man who was behaving inappropriately with one of the air hostess. I typed in my messaging app as it flew over the ocean. I can't believe that asshole bit her. I typed right before I heard some kind of commotion in the back of the plane. What? Okay. Moving on. What is it like to date a porn star? I saw the question on a question and answered. Wait, what? What is it like to date a porn star? I saw the question on a question and answer platform. My girlfriend is blind and she has no idea that she is a porn star. Was my answer for my anonymous account. Okay, what? Oh, okay, we're moving on. Despite having been asked 100 times, I always insisted that my fox scarf was a fox fur. As I emerged from the teleporter as a half-human, half-fox freak, I cursed myself for not telling the truth. Okay, so I'm assuming fox, like F-A-U-X, is a, like, synthetic? Like a synthetic, thing? So, I don't know. That was kind of eh. Okay, moving on. I had to lie to the doctor because my mom would totally kill me if she found out I got my belly button pierced. It was a close one, though. I think she almost saw it as I was climbing onto the MRI. Okay, I don't know, real question, though. Alright. Do your parents really care if, like, their son or daughter get, like, piercings? Like, I don't know, I never understood that, though. Like, if it's just, like, a piercing on the ear, I don't think that's bad, by any means. Like, you know what I mean? Because, like, if only thing that is getting hurt is them, because they got their ears pierced. But I understand when some people are like, oh, but, like, uniformity and stuff like that. We live in 2024. Like, being business casual is really annoying now at this point. Like, why so serious? You know what I mean? I don't know. If my son comes home with my pierced ears, or my daughter comes home with a pierced belly button, I'd be like, hey, you dead to yourself? You know, you're the one that got the thing pierced. Just don't be a hoe. And the same for my son. Don't be a hoe. You know, just like, hey, I understand pierced ears look pretty cool. I can't deny that. I like girls with pierced ears. But, like, just don't be a hoe. Moving on. My friend showed me an ultra-realistic horror movie. I was enjoying it until I recognized that my neighbor's missing daughter was on the screen, begging for mercy. That is fucked. Moving on. My heart sank when I read the text. They are coming, followed by the info. I quickly awoke to my captor lying next to me, letting him know we had prepared for our final stand against the police. Okay, I'll do one more. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and see how she's doing, I said, leaving my wife in the waiting room chair. When I returned the next day, I saw her barely breathing body still in the waiting room chair, nobody having attended her. and nobody looking like they would for a long time. Okay, yeah, that one's kind of sad. I will do more, but I don't know. I think it's time for me to say goodbye in this video. I'll do one more. Fuck it. For 200 years, science ruled over religion. But after the return of the ancient gods, science became worthless. Heavy hitter, boys. But yeah, so I'm gonna end it here. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. You know, remember all those stuff down below, links and all that good stuff. The links, well, wow. I love one takes. The links are all down below if you want to go check them out. I have an Instagram account where I post my art. I have a Twitter where I pretty much just post my art again. And yeah, I also have a Discord server down below if you want to follow me on there. And yeah, so please remember using code goons at gamersubs.gg. It's goon, GOONS at checkout. It's like goon, like moon gooning and all that stuff. You get 10% out of checkout on anything like tubs, merch, and all that lovely stuff like shaker cups. You know, check out Gamersubs, cool ass company. They still have yet to accept my little application, become a sponsor. You know, please accept it. But you know, you know, it is what it is though. But yeah. I'll keep you guys here just a little bit longer, but yeah, the link to G-Subs is down below if you want to check out their products, and yeah, all that good stuff. Okay, a couple more seconds. Alright, so I do want to say thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye everyone.